Ooh, we're live and my video is not showing up. Let's see if I can get it to show up.
Weird.
I know, that is weird. Well, you know, I have a friend of mine.
It's your sketchy internet.
I have a friend of mine who's really into this sort of thing. And what she says is that whenever there's technological issues, it's because it's we're trying to get important information across and something's getting in the way. It's like not working. So we have
I guess you're not meant to be on camera today, I guess.
That's possible. It's very possible. I had a really interesting conversation today with a bunch of people about health from a lot of different perspectives. One of the guys was a Buddhist monk, and he's now a coach. And it was really interesting. He's trying to empower people. Let's try this camera. Maybe this will work better. There we go. He's trying to empower people to slow down and reconnect with themselves. And I think it's because he got into Buddhism because he struggled with that sort of thing. And so he really got into the meditative practices, and he found through the meditative practices that he was able to get some control over how he thought and how he handled things. So it was kind of fun. I've been working with kids a lot who have ADD lately, kids and adults. And because the things that I do give them control over their ADD. And
right.
So more and more I'm being recommended to people and finding them, and they're finding me because I can help them get a handle on their ADD, get off the medication or dial it down and, you know, get clear-headed. And so it's interesting because when I talk to someone who, you know, has that neural diversity, it's like I can recognize it really quick, and then I can relax them really quick so that they shine instead of looking a little manic, you know, which
right.
they can really bring their genius out. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. So I did that today. I helped somebody be a genius.
Yeah, I caught some of the videos today, and I was trying to tune in when I could. So today's topic was health, right?
Yeah. Who did you see?
I saw some of the stuff with the Buddhist monk guy.
John Mueller. Uh-huh.
Yep. And I saw some of it with the financial coach guy. The
Rubel?
Yes. Rubel. Oh. I knew his name had something to do with money or something. Yes.
Rubel is hilarious. I mean, he's the funniest guy in the world. And he's so spiritual and so goofy, you know. You're just like, oh, you're spiritual because you're smart, not because you've had a really rough life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to become spiritual because you're trying to get over something. You might be, you know, just on that path to see that it works. Oh, look, things work better when I actually tune in. That's weird.
Yeah, so he avoided a lot of stuff, and so he's kind of funny, and he gets a little, you know, pushy about how almost like how easy it is to just, you know, make all these miracles happen. Kind of like how I sound when I'm like, no, it really is easy, but it is easy.
Right.
It is easy to make miracles
happen.
It
is easy when you start doing it or when you do it all the time. It's right. Definitely, I mean, I guess it's easy depending on what your genius is, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is finding out what your skills and talents are, because we don't all work the same way. We're not all wired the same way. So, you know, some people might work really well by reading stuff and absorbing it that way. Some people have to do things. Some people have to, you know, they can hear it, or if they see it, or if they write it down, or, you know, all those different pluses is just part of your skill set. And so you have to utilize what works best for you to touch into it. People think they have to do it one way. You can only do it one way. It's only going to work if you do this particular pathway.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's how it works.
No, and they've been taught, people's egos have gotten in the way. I mean, you look at all these different spiritual paths, and many of the people who are in the upper levels of these spiritual paths still have really big egos. And so they feel this need to protect one way because that's what they identify with, without realizing that this is just one path to take to get to the top of the mountain. And everybody
Right.
gets the one that they prefer, but you actually have to do it. You can't just talk about it. You actually have to live the life. And if you do, then it all comes together.
Yeah, you actually have to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, absolutely. So I want to do a quick meditation tonight.
I'd love it.
And that's why I wanted to double check with you on the topic, because I can tie that in a little bit with our health. So
Cool.
Let's do that real quick and see how that goes.
What a great way to end the day. I mean, this really was a fun day because I talked to Rubel and Rubel was good. And I talked to John and John was good. Who did I talk to this morning? Oh, I talked to Alice and Tina.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to watch them on replay because I didn't catch them this morning.
It was a good conversation. Yeah, once we got Alice dialed in and then Tina hopped on, we had a really great conversation. I'm able to ask weird questions people don't expect, which makes them think deeper, and then the answers get better. So they were all
right.
Good.
Absolutely.
Okay, lay it on us.
All right, let's get in a good headspace here. Everybody close your eyes. Let's focus on our breathing for a minute by taking a deep breath in through our nose, holding it for 3 seconds, count it in your head if you have to, and exhaling out your mouth. And let's just keep doing that for about 30 seconds. Deep breath, holding and releasing. And with each breath, exhalation, just imagine the tension physically leaving your body. Anything you held on to from today, good or bad, let's let it go just for a few minutes. And while you're focusing this, I want you to imagine yourself sitting in a beautiful spot in nature. Maybe it's in a dappled forest with the sunlight peeking through. Maybe it's at the ocean, watching the waves come in. Maybe it's at a lake, watching the sun rise or set. Maybe it's on a beautiful mountain path, listening to the birds and nature move. Just imagine yourself sitting there, perfectly calm and relaxed, enjoying this perfect moment. And I want you to notice in your awareness that you feel an individual walking towards you. And you look in the direction that you feel them coming. And as you watch them walk closer to you, you realize that this individual is your higher self. And it might look like you with slight variation. Maybe this one is younger looking or thinner looking or in better health, because your higher self is your perfect version of you. Perfectly in tune. And your higher self sits down next to you. And it's like looking in a mirror. Because it's you, but better. They don't carry any of the stress or traumas. None of things matter there where they reside. But what they do have is inner wisdom. And so I want you to take a minute to ask your higher self what it thinks, what you think would be one thing you could do to improve your health, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual. Ask them the question and allow them to answer you without judgment, without critiquing. So we're going to do this for about 1 minute. Have this conversation. And with that information, in your mind's eye, you both stand up, hug each other, feeling that information integrate into you, into your conscious awareness. Take another deep breath in, releasing anything that doesn't agree, allowing yourself to accept the information fully. And when you're ready, open your eyes and return to the space.
This is great. Thank you.
Did you get anything good?
Yeah. The thing I got was that I need to remember to stay in service of people.
Interesting.
Whenever I work with them and am present to them, because it can be easy to let our own worries distract us.
Mm-hmm.
And be really present means that you're connecting with someone on a deep soul level, which is nourishing for me and my health and nourishing for them. Because
Right.
I need to really listen to what they have to say and really help them. And it ends up this wonderful flow, because then they give back that same energy that I just gave to them. So the more present I am to people, the more present they are to themselves and to me. And then it ends up with this really wonderful flow of health and well-being. You know,
I really like that idea too of being in service, because it reminds us to get our egos out of the way. And that when we are doing our work, whatever it is, it's not about us. It's about who we're working with for whatever amount of time it is. It's about assisting someone else who needs our unique, gifts and talents, and helping them. And then it, like you said, it becomes this symbiotic flow, this, universal back and forth between each other, where you're giving and then they're receiving, and it ends up being more beneficial for everybody in that way.
and I'm finding, this ADD thing is really great, because who is the most difficult to get through but 16-year-old boys who have ADD, who've just gone through a divorce, of some sort who's picked on by their dad all the time, who is the most closed down? And I'm finding, so I've got these mothers who are like, can you help my son? And I'm helping them. And I'm helping turn these kids into geniuses, because they're able to focus, they're able to calm down, they're able to direct their thoughts. And it's so rewarding, to think about how I'm affecting the future by being of service to them and helping them learn how to manage their energy in a way that's really productive for them and turns them from a train wreck into somebody who's really successful in life. And I'm like, if we can get 16-year-old boys, white male boys, you know what I mean? How we could change the world.
And who knows what, yeah, who knows what they will go on to do when somebody takes the time to help them laser point in on things and acknowledge where their genius lies, rather than trying to make them conform to everybody else's, right?
Right.
And that's true of anybody. Again, that same thing, when we allow ourselves to express our own genius in our own unique way, then we know it. And we have to, one of the things I was getting for myself too was that we have to remember that we're not all on the same playing field. People are in different spots, and we have to have patience with people who aren't on the same spot we are, because we weren't always in the spots we're in. It's a growth. So, all right, awesome.
Well, the thing I've noticed is,
okay. Well, I think that'll be it.
Did we freeze up? I think you froze up. Well,
did I?
Yeah, I think you froze up a little bit. We got most of it. We got everything that you said, but your audio froze up. So with that,
my time here is done.
It's spirit talking to us again, I guess. Okay. Right. So tomorrow we're doing wealth. And so we'll have a day of working through and talking about and focusing on abundance, which I really love. I'll have to bring out all my crystals and show everybody how I create abundance in my life with all my fun. I love it. My body loves it. My body loves it. I'm not giving it up like ever, because my body's like, oh, look, we're aligning and I feel this. And, oh, look, you're letting this go and you're healing. And isn't this, oh, look, your breathing changed. My body's just so in love with itself. It's hilarious.
Love it.
Okay, so we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.